So, I've got an update regarding the H2ODelirious, Wildcat, Ohmwrecker, and BasicallyIdoWork situation, and the Keemstar situation. Basically, I still don't believe a single thing Ohm says. He came out with proof about this situation where he showed screenshots from someone who had spoken to him and all that, and I'll show those screenshots in a second and show you why they're incredibly sketchy and why they're very likely fake. He also retweeted an email that was debunked, and so we know now that he's grasping at straws. Keemstar seems to think that he's got proof of all this stuff happening when, in fact, he doesn't. In fact, there is something on Twitter that I'm trying to find, and it is regarding H2ODelirious and something he tweeted, which it really means nothing. I'm just looking on Twitter now. That's why I'm not looking at the camera. But it's completely ridiculous. I'll give you the gist of the situation instead of looking up the tweet because this would just save some time because I did read it all. H2ODelirious admitted to talking to a minor when in fact he didn't admit to talking to a minor at all. He admitted that his friends had planted a minor on him in a way, and he didn't know that they were a minor. In fact, it's not even known if that person was a minor at all. My hair's got mental, and they could have been lying. And basically, IdoWork admitted to being one of the people responsible for doing this to H2O, and said that it was kind of just a trick to try to get him to reveal his face. So do I believe that H2ODelirious knew she was a minor? Absolutely not. He said pretty much straight away that they had teased him after the fact that she was a minor, and basically IdoWork also never denied this, meaning it's very likely true, and the fact that people are saying, oh, we confirmed it because he said this and that, doesn't mean a thing. It's very, very likely that H2ODelirious didn't know that this person was a minor, and all in all, it proves nothing. In the end, he's not really the victim in this situation. Or he's kind of the victim in this situation. The woman isn't because she lied and tried to sext him, which, by the way, also was said that he didn't try to get, basically IdoWork and everyone involved, didn't try to get them to sext H2ODelirious. They just merely wanted him to do a face reveal, and it ended up in sexting. That's all there is to it. Basically, IdoWork again hasn't denied any of these claims, so it's very bizarre to say the least. But anyway, moving on to the next thing that we've got. So Ohmwrecker made a tweet with a screenshot of this email, and I'm gonna open it right now so you guys can have a look at it when it wants to. But okay, here it is. It says, "My story, Brooklyn Rose. I just saw everything blow up on Twitter, and it's given me the courage to speak out." Why is it closed? Okay. "I figured since you were the one that helped uncover what the group had been doing, I thought this would be better, and I don't know if the mob on Twitter will believe me. 8 years ago, when I was 15, I had received a message from Delirious on Twitter, and we started talking. I told him from the start that I wasn't of age, and he didn't seem to care or mind. Skype info was provided, and at the time, we had a lot of fun. He'd never show his cam, but I could hear him the whole time as I presented myself to him. This had gone on for weeks until one evening after school, I discovered that I was blocked on Skype and Twitter. I contemplated making a fuss on social media, but no one would listen. My mind was racing and I was spiraling. Feelings of resentment and depression clouded me. I made an attempt on my life, and until I finally confessed to my parents what had happened, there wasn't anything we could do. We called the police, but because it was online, he didn't have to have the clout he does now. Yeah, he didn't have the clout he does now. There wasn't anything they could do but file a report that the authorities were called. Seeing what has happened today, though, is giving me hope that justice might actually happen. I'm currently in the process of getting back into the Skype account, and I can have the logs ready for you if you still need them. I hope this actually helps." And Ohmwrecker had retweeted this and basically, put stuff on going, oh, yeah, yeah, he did this, this is proof. And then Bulldog Ross came out and said, "Ohmwrecker, look familiar? Looks legit, right? I am Wildcat, H2ODelirious. Thought you all might want to see this. 1000% of that email is false because I wrote it from an alt account I just made tonight, and Ohm is using it as gospel." Which means he's grasping at straws to try and prove his case, which means he does actually have very janky evidence, which is very interesting, very weird, kind of confirms a lot, and tells you a lot about this story, to say the least. Now, Wildcat says that Ohm had deleted the tweet screenshotting this email, which is rather bizarre after it came out that it's fake. So yeah, there you go. Now Ohmwrecker has also tweeted out, "A man who has admitted to have engaged in bad stuff with an underage 17-year-old girl," which, by the way, he didn't admit to doing that. He admitted that friends had planted a 17-year-old girl on him, who also likely didn't know she was 17, "tried to come at me with personal attacks with a whole group defending the situation instead of standing against it. Tries to call me a cheater, yet a girl just reached out with this." Now I'm going to read this and I'm going to before I say anything, I want you guys to see if there's anything wrong. So I'm going to read it real quick. He said, he basically used his platform to get nudes from me. When we talked, it would try to change the subject, but he kept bringing back to my OnlyFans. I sent him pics and stuff because he was my favorite YouTuber, and I wanted to impress him. I then found out he had a girlfriend around the time that all of this happened. Was when he and his girlfriend convinced their child. After I found out about her, he ghosted me. When I finally found out who she was, I reached out to her. She said that he had lied about the situation to her, saying I was a crazy person trying to get clout by getting him in trouble. He lied and told her that it happened before they got together, but I showed her the timestamps and the messages as proof. She asked me not to say anything because she didn't want to get made fun of or hurt for what he did. She was pregnant, so I kept quiet because I didn't want to hurt her, but after this I had to say something because now she's being accused of doing the same stuff to minors. By the way, if this was a whole situation, the story would have come out anyway. This is ridiculous. So long story short, he cheated on his girlfriend around the time she got pregnant, then lied and said I was a crazy person just trying to get clout off of getting him in trouble. Now, I want you to tell me, okay, I want you to tell me what's wrong with this screenshot. There are two things wrong with it, actually. You can read it. I'm not going to read it. I've already read it. So, what's wrong with this screenshot? I'll give you 5 seconds. Well, despite the fact that you can not actually see H2ODelirious' name at the top with a verified mark, you can't see anything at all regarding that because they've conveniently cut it off. You also just so happen to not be able to see the fact that she's not on the little message thing. He is in fact, or she is in fact on the search menu, which is very bizarre to say the least. And I'm just going to have a look at this. And someone said, does she have a phone screen recording? Otherwise, it's edited. Yeah, I can also agree with that. It's funny how the screenshot is on the search icon and not on the direct messages. It would stay on the search icon. I don't believe that's true at all. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. So the search bar will stay lit up. Yeah. Well. Okay. So that's when you search someone's name. All right. So I'll take that back. However, the fact that this person hasn't put Delirious's name in, which would be like the solid confirmation, like the solid state, this is him. Other than the fact that there's no video, of course, goes to show quite a lot. It's very bizarre. So all in all, I think this drama is kind of ridiculous. I don't think it has any merit from Ohmwrecker's side, except for these very questionable screenshots and emails he's had. One that was confirmed fake, by the way. One that was very much confirmed fake. As well as that, he was bringing up tweets from 10 years ago that weren't in any way suggestive towards a minor. And then Delirious has admitted that he had spoken to this person that Ohmwrecker was talking about. But at the same time, Delirious didn't know that person was a minor. I'm not sure if Basically did. But for 100,000%, we know Delirious didn't know. So he's in the clear, especially from the fact that Basically admitted that this had happened the way that Delirious was describing it. So Ohmwrecker's really trying to grasp at straws, really trying to get some evidence for this, when in reality it doesn't seem that he really has any, because he's going to other people for evidence, especially with those conversations in DMs where it's very clear that you can't see his name, which is a thing. And I did mention that it was on the search menu, which was very bizarre, which is actually a true thing that does happen. So that's my bad there. But the fact that they didn't show the name is very questionable. The fact that there's still to this date no video proof, where you would ask for video proof of this. You would go to them, make sure this isn't like a Photoshop edit or a I believe it's a source code edit or a source edit, whatever. So it's yeah, it's an inspect element edit. That's the one I'm looking for. So you want to make sure of these things, but for some reason, Ohm hasn't done that. Keemstar hasn't done that, and Keemstar's gone running his mouth as he does because it's Keemstar. He's a dick. We know this. Trying to say that the thing that Delirious said about talking to this person is what confirms the story, which no, it isn't. It hardly confirms anything. It confirms one thing Ohm said, and I can guarantee you right now, I can guarantee it with confidence struck across my face, right? I believe that that kind of thing was like Ohm's last resort kind of thing. That's like this is what I have now. This is like my golden gun. This is what I'm going to shoot. Try and get everyone to believe me. It failed. It missed completely. He went for 50 points and got none. You know what I mean? And yeah, It seems very odd. I definitely don't believe a single thing Ohmwrecker's saying again. Keemstar's definitely doing this for clout. He still, by the way, hasn't changed the thumbnail, which is disgusting to me, because Vanos in this situation has not been had anything alleged against him. So it's just a very weird situation. And yeah, that's an update. Still can't believe a thing Keemstar says. Kind of a sleazeball, kind of a slimy guy. Ohmwrecker has been proven to be a slimy guy in the past multiple times, with the Markiplier situation and all that. Anyway, I've been Jake Plays. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you stay inside, stay safe, sorry, and you're vaccinated. Peace.